Hi everyone, welcome to my home. I haven't done a video in a couple of weeks and I thought it's time. I thought maybe we should talk about duality and how duality lives within us and how we live the matrix and what the matrix is. So there are two parts to us. We've got the ego mind, and the mind is like a database. It knows what it knows, doesn't know what it doesn't know. And what it knows, it's picked up from memory of what it thinks it's heard. It's never accurate, it'll never talk about what really happened. It'll always tell the story of what we think and interpret it about what happened. And there have been researchers that have already said that 50% of our memory didn't, it's not even there. It's, we've either adopted other people's stories or we've added salt and pepper to ours. And it's actually based on the past. And that is our matrix. And we relive that every day when we go and live with the ego. Now, the ego is a very good friend of the database, of the mind. The ego wants, the mind supplies. But it supplies information that's false. Why? Because it hasn't lived the now and it hasn't lived the future. So it cannot tell anything that can be. So we want to know, how do we get to the space where we can actually proactively live our lives through choice, through awareness, through being awake, not in the matrix, not being asleep. So the first thing to understand is that the present moment is a pre-sent moment. It was a moment that was sent to us before based on the way we felt about ourselves. The only thing that I can do in that space of time is to accept it because it's happening anyway. Now, why do I want to do that? Because we're talking about vibration. The only way I actually discover the world I want for me is through vibration. How can I tap in to the world if I don't have the right vibration to do that exact thing that I want to bring to me? So the first thing I have to do is first understand, who am I being? What is my vibration? If I'm not accepting the moment, I cannot be at peace, because what is happening, as we said, is happening. So the first thing I want to do is to be in acceptance of what is. That acceptance brings me to peace. In that space of peace, I will get an idea and I can choose proactively how to feel, just because I can. I can go general, I can think about a flower, I can think about a dance, whatever it is that I want to do. I want to think about something that's going to make me feel good, because the universe already knows who I am. It's all preordained. It knows every single possibility that my life can unfold. If I want to attract the right possibility to me, all I have to be on a wavelength of happiness, of serenity, of calmness, of relaxing. In that space, everything and every possibility meant for me will come to my life and be discovered. Anything else that I feel, if it's anger or whatever, I'm going to invite situations, possibilities that have already been preordained for me to come into my life. That is where my responsibility lies, and it is twofold. We've spoken about this before. If I want a better world for me, it has to include my surroundings. If I want my surroundings to be in the space that I want for myself, then we're all one. So I must want and include happiness for my surroundings. Otherwise, I'll be all alone in that, and guess what? So, understanding the duality. If I am in the wanting, I am in the ego. If I'm in the letting go of wanting that very thing that I want, I am now with the God me, the God I, the soul I, that space that allows whatever I wanted to come in the first place. But this is the trick. I must let go of the outcome. I must let go of everything I think I know and enjoy this moment. It's in the enjoyment of this moment that that vibration will start bringing to me the very thing that I wanted. Might come in a different shape and size, but you will know. You will know when it arrives, and then you'll have an awakening. And we've all had these little spaces, people have said, oh my God, I thought of a parking space where we really thought there'd be no parking, and suddenly there it was. Because that vibration of letting go and saying, you know what, I'm willing to discover, that's what did it. So it's a paradox, and we live in a paradox world, but we do want to get out of the matrix. Because, just like Einstein said, doing the same thing again and again and expecting a different result actually gets us quite irate. We don't want to stay in the same place. We really want to be able to discover new experiences. Now, this is the thing. We must never deny what we're feeling. The emotions are there anyway. What do we do with them? We feel them to let them go in order to discover what it is that we truly want. We let go of rules and regulations and what we think other people are thinking and what we think is a consensus and what we think society says we should and shouldn't. But we have to be faithful to our own internal being. Our own internal source is the truth of who we are. And we haven't come here to be other people. We've come here to be us. We've come here to express our own truth. If I'm too busy worrying what somebody else may think of me, I've just missed my life. And that is the message for us for today. So let's get out to the right me, I, get out of that space of the ego mind and give ourselves our own, how should I say, moment of discovery, that exciting space that gives us permission to be us without boundaries, just the person we feel most comfortable with. And that is our own truth. So I'm going to wish us a nice evening today, and I'll see you next video. Goodbye for now.